Welcome back to the channel, boys, and today is a pretty exciting day because I have got a car that I've always wanted over the years, and that is a 2006 Aspen White STI. This thing is pretty special to me because of what it is. This is actually a really clean example of it being only a 3-owner car. It came with the original window sticker. It does have a little bit on the higher side for miles, which doesn't really bother me with how clean the car is. And to be honest with you, I probably would rather get one that has some more miles on it so I don't feel as bad when I do modify it. And I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing to this thing. It isn't exactly all the way in stock form, but pretty much close, guys. It's just got a turbo back exhaust and a OTS stage 2 map on it. Who knows how long it's been on that. It has 176,000 miles for those of you that are wondering. This thing, like I said, is really clean for its age. It's always been a West Coast car. Zero rust underneath of this thing, and it is really, like I said, a really clean example. The interior on this thing is pretty much spotless as well. It does have the OEM optional window visors, if you can see them on there. Pretty cool to see those. Interior, just like the outside, super clean, really well taken care of. Whoever had this thing really did care about it. And it seems like that seems to be something harder to come by as these things get older. Let me open up this hood. But there we have it, guys. Like I said, it is in pretty much stock form, the exception of having a turbo back exhaust and that access port with the OTS stage 2 map. First thing I'm going to recommend and do whenever I buy a new car, I started with just the basics of maintenance, guys. I did spark plugs on it, I cleaned the mass airflow sensor, and I did an oil change on it as well. Who knows when that was done last? It's just good maintenance to do that. That way you already know what you're getting into. Spark plugs looked like they definitely needed a change. Not that they were the wrong brand or anything, but they just looked pretty old. Mass airflow sensor wasn't the dirtiest, but it was dirtier than it should be. So I just started with the basics there, and then I think it's been a while since we've done a tuning video. So I'm going to throw this in on the dyno today, as you guys already probably saw if I do that into the beginning of the video. Throw this thing on the dyno, just put a clean tune on it. The reason being, it does have an OTS map on it, which I have nothing against those, especially when you have the right parts. But being a pro tuner, I'm always going to recommend that you guys do that and put that investment into your car, especially when buying one, not knowing the tune on it or the condition of it. That's what I would recommend, is having a pro tune done. It's just a good investment into your project. This one had some inconsistencies, like you changed gears, and I wouldn't say it was fuel stumble, but it seemed like something was off. So not saying that a tune is going to 100% fix that. Very well could be something else going on. I haven't tried to drive it since I did all the maintenance on it today. That could have fixed it as well. But I'm going to throw this thing on the dyno, and let's see what this thing makes today. And drop down if you guys are excited for this to be on the channel, this to be a car in the background. Now, like I said, I don't know how far or how quick I'm going to go into this thing. I have plenty of other projects going on in the background that you guys haven't been seeing. You can let me know if you want to see it. It's an all-wheel drive Civic build. Once again, I have another one. The R8, you can see there is a part with the rear bumper off. It has an aftermarket exhaust on it now. And this thing popped up. It seems that I have looked for one of these for many years now, and it was always A, the wrong time, B, the car just wasn't clean enough, C, it was too far away. This one popped up with ease of access, seemed to be the right time, and like I said, it is a pretty clean chassis, and I'm really excited about this thing. So let's see what this thing does. Let's get it on the dyno, get going today. I would do a baseline for you guys, but like I said, with the inconsistencies that it was having, it was pulling quite a bit of timing out whenever you would roll into the throttle. It does have a boost controller on it, by the way. Map is not set up for that, and it was hitting like 21 or 22 pounds. So I'm not even going to do a baseline on it. I'm just going to jump right away and tune it. Don't want to risk harming the thing any more than it possibly has been over the years. All right, now that I got the thing loaded on the dyno, definitely more of a process than what we used to have with the Mustang dyno. The dyno jet takes a little bit longer, but we got a little girl loaded up. Got the fan on the top mount intercooler there. Plus I have 40,000 CFM in front of it. This was a big upgrade from the Mustang. Kind of recapping here, I know it's been a while since we've been in the dyno shop. Yes, you will indeed see Hyper Blue in the background here. And yes, it is very dirty. It's been sitting here for, I don't know, better part of a year and a half. It's just sitting in here. Don't worry about it. Something will come of that later on. But let's focus on this today. Kind of give you guys a walkthrough of how I start out my day and how I go about tuning. I already got the map loaded on the car. I'm gonna start it up, let it idle, look at all the air fuel trims, look at learning, make sure everything looks good, have a good base there to work with. Generally, I'll start on wastegate pressure. This being a stock turbo car, not exactly gonna start all the way on wastegate pressure just because we'd be so low on boost. It'd probably be 10 pounds, 7 pounds on gate. So I'm gonna have some duty put on the boost controller to give it some more boost. So not gonna be all the way turned down, but gonna be turned down a decent bit here on the first bit just to get fueling correct. I'm gonna go through some of the drivability, you know, the standard speeds you guys would cruise on the highway, in town, in between, and make sure all the fuel trims are dialed in. Like I had mentioned, this car had some weird fuel trims going on between gear changes. So I'll be taking a look at that today to see if maybe we have another issue underlying somewhere else. Being a mass airflow car, very possible that we do. Someone has been in the car before. I did have the second owner and the third owner reach out to me and say and verify that it's still the original motor. It did get a newer clutch put in about 10,000 or so miles ago, and they said that's why it looks like it had been apart. So you never know when buying a used car. But as far as I know, it is the original motor to the car. There's never been any other kind of weird maintenance going on or reasons that it would be taken apart. But being a mass airflow car, any kind of a leak does matter. So, you know, obviously I could go through and smoke test it and boost leak test it. Didn't have all the time in the world today. Just gonna put it on here, see how things go. Obviously, as you guys can imagine, I don't intend it to be on this setup for that long anyway. So just gonna do this to get a good baseline. I've been daily driving this thing, so I just wanted to drive a little bit nicer. Let's see what we can make today. Generally, what I make with a similar setup like this of stage 2, right? That's a downpipe, catback, and a tune on the car. I see anywhere from 260 to 280 wheel and about 270 to 300 torque on here. That's what I see. So we'll see how that goes today. Having higher mileage, we'll see how that plays into it as well. I'm not sure if it's the original turbo or not, but we'll find out. Enough talking here. Let's get into some idle fuel trims here and then some poles. Because we have the sun. I did the first pull, it was on 16 pounds, gave us a good baseline there, fell down to 13 pounds. That was 40% on the gate. And then I went ahead and upped it from there to 60% on the gate. Car jumped up pretty quick, up to 22 pounds. So I went ahead and actually backed that back down. Right there, this was 20 pounds of boost, falling down to about 16 and a half pounds out the back. And guys, it made some impressive numbers. I'm actually thoroughly impressed. I did start a little bit later because I knew it was going to make quite a bit of torque with that much boost I have at it. Just being a personal car, I am hitting it quite a bit harder than I normally would right there, especially on a stock motor on pump gas. But we made 298 and 345 torque. Damn, that's a spicy unit. First one on 16 pounds, we made 278 and 287 torque. But god damn, that's some torque there. I don't know how much I'm gonna get the horsepower to kind of come up. Fuel system is obviously pretty tapped on the car right here as is.
The last one I looked at, it was like 96% injector duty, and the car's at like 1120 AFR. And bring that down to where I'd like it, the 1080 to 11.0 mark. Obviously the car's gonna be tapped on fuel system, which that's no real surprise. We already know, and most of you guys already know, that a stage 2 STI with factory fuel system is maxed out at that point, right? That's where good additions would be like ID 1050s, an AM 340 fuel pump. Those are all good things to add on. Later generations would need like a fuel stumble kit. My preference would be to do fuel rails and lines. This car is a little bit different because it is a side feed car, kind of an older technology, kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. It will obviously get converted over to top feed later on, which is your more standard injector, but that's pretty damn good. 298 and 345. I'm gonna look at it and I'll probably do one more hit and call it there. I don't care to really beat the scene up on the dyno. That's gonna be pretty spicy on the street anyway. The 345 torque, I'm getting it. I'd like to see if I could kind of crest it over to 300 in the horsepower region. So I'll get a couple of degrees of timing there and see if we can pick it up. I swear, every time that you chase a number, this is what happens. 299, 343. I took just a little bit of torque out of it there, right on that spike. I just pulled a little bit of wastegate duty out. But I'm gonna leave it there, guys. I'm not gonna go chase 1 horsepower. I'm happy with that. 299, 343 torque. I did say it was on 20 pounds before. It's on 21 on the hit, and then it's fallen down to about 16.5 out the back. I got the gate maxed out all the way in the back half. Injector duty is indeed all the way maxed out. On the last one, it was showing 101 injector duty, so we know that we're 100% static on the injectors. It would be nice to have some headroom. Being a personal car, guys, you'll see me lean on it quite a bit harder here. It was at 11.0 right there, right all the way through the back, so I'll take that. I'm happy with that, guys. I added a couple degrees there and it only picked up 1 horsepower, so it's not worth it to keep throwing timing at this thing. I'm not getting any feedback knock anymore. No detonation signs. Car's happy. Car drives really smooth. I had to clean up a lot of that math table. When I first started with a generic math table, it was one to add like 20 to 25% for the whole table. Pretty crazy amount. So I cleaned all that up and everything seems to be good. I'm gonna run it here until I do make a change. I'm pretty happy with that, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the scene off to dyno, and then I'll do a little poll for you guys before we end this video out. Hopefully you like this, kind of getting back into it. Sorry for the lighting there, and seeing a dyno video once again. Don't have a ton of time, that's why you guys see this almost be a little bit rushed, but I am happy with that. I'm gonna wrap up, get the scene pulled up dyno, and then you guys know the deal. Motherfucking street hit. Now that we're all wrapped up, I told you guys I'd do a little poll on it. I will. It gets dark pretty quick here anymore as we're getting into fall. Well, I should say we are into fall now, and we're getting into winter. But just a reminder, I'm gonna end it out here with, remember to pick up your shirts. We have them on the website. If they're still available, I am doing the drop on the video prior to this, so give or take, there may be some left. But if you did miss your chance or didn't see that video, please take a look, because we may have some more shirts on there for you. But we have our new design on there, and we will have our new windshield banners as well. Let's go ahead, wrap this up, get in this thing, go do a pull. All right, should be a good spot to give her a rip through, boys. Oh, get through the bumps. 3. Way better, boys. That is night and day over where it was before. I'm happy with that for now. Just gonna wrap it up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Being back on the good old YouTube and seeing a video from us. So, and once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. fast lane. Life up in the fast lane, fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground. Living life up in the fast lane. Life, though you lemons, you just put them in Coronas, Coronas, Coronas. I've been working, I need that advance with the bonus, the bonus, the bonus. Ain't no thoughts about tomorrow, I'm just living in the moment, the moment, the moment. Full tank of gas and 200 on the dash, bitch, I'm zoning, I'm zoning, I'm zoning, fast lane. Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. Life up in the fast lane, fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane.